How are we doing today? Here I have a Seagate FreeAgent 1 terabyte external hard drive. This came to me in a box of junk that was given to me by some friends of mine when they were moving. I have a USB cable for it, but this takes power as well. And I don't have anything that's going to fit that's going to be 12 volts directly. This also has a Kensington lock port. The drive is in here, but as far as the enclosure is concerned, because I don't have power for it and it's not worth sourcing that, I'm going to take the drive out of it. Really, I haven't ever opened one of these, but it seems to be pretty simple. So we'll try it together and see how it works out. You're going to need a slender object to go and split the case here. For that, I'm going to use this tool here. You can pick this up on Amazon. It's called an iSesamo, and it has sort of a pointy edge here and a roundy edge over here. Usually the pointy edge I found is better. It is offset. Supposedly the tool is antimicrobial and stupid things like that. We're going to start here. I'm going to go with the flat side toward me. USB port on this would be upside down. And I'm just going to stick the tool in here. See how the tool went in? And I'm just going to twist, push, prod, and work my way around to see if I could open this. And the goal here, the ultimate goal, is to try to open this thing without damaging the case too much. So that way, should I ever come across a power adapter, I will be able to reuse it. You're always going to have some cosmetic damage on it. You see I scratched it there. I really don't care because that's the back of it you're never going to see, which is another good reason to start in this place. These are generally very tightly held together. There we go. You see how? We pop that open now. And now the idea is to keep working your way around. There's some other nice big clips that you can see. And we'll keep going along here. Twist that. Push in here. We'll go in at a kind of angle. See if that buys us anything. Not too much. The tool is surprisingly resilient in that it's like it doesn't, you'd think, because it's so flexible like this, you'd think you just bend it, but it actually doesn't. It actually holds together. Since that side didn't want to work, well, I could actually just sort of do it with my thumb. And now we'll try to be careful over here and pry this apart. Sometimes going at these weird angles, as you see, can be beneficial. There we go. You see how that's going there? Right open like that. And then I can push up like there and right there and pop that out. And work our way over here. And the case is now open. So I'll put that aside. Now, what we need to do is take out the big drive, and that appears to be just held in with these little rubber things. So it pretty much looks as if I turn it upside down, it should just fall out. It'll take a little more than just shaking it, but there you go, just like that. I'll save the little board in here and it's a little light. Again, I'm just going to put the enclosure back together. So really all it's a matter of doing now is taking apart this cage and getting the drive out of it. You can see there it is a Seagate Barracuda 1 terabyte drive, just like they would put in any desktop. So for this you'll have to peel off the little rubber things. They kind of just push on there. It's not really a big deal. They're kind of funny screws if you see that there, in that the whole on the rubber sort of fits over that, and that acts as guides to fit in these things on the case. And this side has one. So what I'm going to do next is take out the screws that I see here. This is kind of a junky screwdriver, but it was handy. These will accept a number 2 Phillips, which is what's in the screwdriver at the moment. It's also a ratchet for what it's worth. That one's out. And the last one, we'll take that out. Now it looks like this comes up, but there are 1, 2, 3 small screws that may need to be removed in order to remove the drive, and I think it would be a wise idea to do that. So right over here, I have a suitable screwdriver for these screws. So you see those here. This is a 00 Phillips, or PH00. And that is the right size screwdriver to use for these screws. So we'll take those out. Also interesting to note is these two openings here. They may have offered this particular drive at one point or another in a FireWire version, and the FireWire may have gone in those two areas. I could be totally wrong about that, but that certainly is what it looks like. Once we have that out, we can do that. And now the hard drive should be rather easy to pull, or maybe not. I think in this case we actually have to remove the 2 screws here. You can see there's a screw here and here in order to wrestle the drive out because of the metal in the front. And that will go back to our number 2. It's really a number 1 Phillips, but a number 2 will work in it. So we'll take those out. And that will release the entire board with the drive. There we are. See how that just comes out? And now all we're left with is just a standard SATA connector, which you can see better this way, and the whole board will just carefully wiggle off. Well, one other thing we're going to do is take the rubber piece off here and just squeeze that through. That'll give us a little more clearance to get the SATA connector out. And for some reason it's very tight, but it is just a standard connection. Okay, that's it. And what I'm going to do now is just reassemble this, just to have it as an enclosure. I'll put everything back as it was as best I can. And now I have a bare drive that I can put into a different enclosure. This is actually going to be mounted into a system directly. And when I go ahead and do that, then I have an actual hard drive. Just for completeness, I'm going to leave the last screw that's in the drive here with this. I won't bore you with putting the enclosure back together because it's not going to really go back together as it is without a hard drive in it and the rubber things on the screws. So anyway, that's how you take apart a Seagate FreeAgent 1 terabyte drive. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit like, make sure you hit subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.